Hello everybody, this is Zigzag coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we got the surprise in front of us. Not that it's that big of a surprise, it's been out 2 days. But I'm hoping everything works, because I have an upload going that said it was going to take another 10 minutes, so it's competing with my bandwidth, perhaps. I don't know, but let's hope nothing stutters today. And if it does, it'll only last for about 10 minutes, so that's the good news. Hey, Pepper, how you doing? Mike and Nightmare, if you guys are still on, welcome also. Well, I'm planning to stick this one out and play it to the conclusion, so it just will only be, unfortunately, you know, I can only stream so many nights a week. Well, I guess there's people that do it every day, but for me, this will be our Thursday gig. That's the way I'm planning to look at it and planning to do it going forward, so hopefully it will work out and y'all will enjoy it, because I figured I'm going to be playing this game anyway. I might as well stream it, right? Now that I've started streaming, streaming doesn't involve the editing and all the extra stuff that takes so much time, so it's a lot easier to just pop a game in here streaming. For me, at least, with my schedule. Oh, they haven't adapted this one to console at all or anything like that. I wonder if I haven't even checked to see if there's any plans for this game beyond PC. Since I play on PC, I don't always stay up to date on consoles. Yeah, it should be, because I try live streaming at 1440, so so hopefully it comes across as decent quality. That's why the only reason I worry is my internet connection is fairly decent around here, but you know, I usually do not time my uploads to conflict with my streams, so hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. Is it on Xbox Game Pass? Okay. Yeah, this game was suggested in our Discord quite a while ago, eh? Mike, I think you might have been you're one of the ones I know that brought it up. I'm not sure who else might have suggested the game. I'm actually going to have, depending on how long it renders on YouTube once it uploads, I have a first look game that'll be coming out, whether it's later tonight or first thing in the morning, my time. We'll have a first look video coming out for yet another game that's on the channel radar that has been suggested in the community the suggestions page of the Discord also, so I won't spoil that surprise yet either, but that one's coming up a little bit. I was lucky enough to get a little email and I was given early access. It's a game that's going to be demoed during the Steam, Next Fest. So we're gonna get to see it a few days ahead of the Next Fest, which is I think on October 9th, when all you will be able to play the first look game. But anyway, it looks like it's not quite. I actually finished talking before the top of the hour, so we'll get going here short. Yeah, and this is one I actually played the demo way back when it came out, and it was only up for a limited time, and by the time I said, oh, I should do a first look video of this thing, and then it was no longer available. The minute I decided, oh, I should do a first look thing, well, then it went away. It's hard to play a game and watch a live stream at the same time, I must admit. And even though we don't have Nightmare here to announce the top of the hour like he usually does for me, I've noticed it is the top of the hour, so I think it's time we get going. I don't think we need to look into any settings or anything. Let's just hit the new game button, the new game tab, whatever it is that I'm going to be doing, and let's get this thing going. And this is where we have our first choice. We can play the normal medium adventure, the adventurer here. But I'm going to try. I do not believe there's a way to switch the difficulty in the middle if this ends up being too much for us. But you know, we are veterans. All of you that help me with my eyesight and seeing things on the map, we are veterans of this type of game. So we're going to jump in with, you know, whatever the saying is, we're jumping in and we're making a go of it. So let's get her going and see if we can survive the survivor. And the story starts right away with this guy running. We don't know who he is. Ooh. And we don't know who that was. At least not yet.
The courier's late.
Hey!
Hey,
Yeah, I just got the warning that it's not playing smooth right now.
You're
And
welcome.
well done. What's your name again?
let's see if that goes away. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I may have to stop this. In fact, I'm pausing it right now, and we may skip, and I may just start replaying it because apparently that upload of mine is very much messing with things right now. So, yeah, it says 92%. I'll tell you what, everybody stay on this spot, and maybe I just lower it and try uploading a lower resolution, and it'll still be 1080, and hopefully that will not compete, and we can get this done without being choppy. Does it sound like a plan? Well, it's a plan to me, and it's what we're going to do. So I'll tell you what, maybe what else I can do is this. Let's... let me take a look here. And I actually can stop the download and then re-up and complete it after our stream. So let me work on doing that. And then we'll see if that picks up and my connection maintains and starts improving here in just a moment. And we will see.
And we're married to that name, are we?
What's wrong with my name?
Okay, I think it's back. And at least on my end. Oh, I take it back. It just paused again. So let me do this, because we cannot stream like this. We cannot stream like this. So hang on, and I'm going to work on my end about something I can change.
Courier? You stay here and guard my back.
So you can get the baggage yourself and cut me out of the job. Ha, nice try.
Whatever you say, gentleman.
So if everybody
that
can
so
hang
hard?
on,
Well,
I'm going to
that's
look
my
at restarting the stream. I
just copy
should be
that.
able to come right back here and hopefully make it work. We're going to give that a go. So everybody please hang on just a moment. Hey Sectoid, how you doing? Good to see you. We had some technical issues here, and I think I redid some settings here just now, and hopefully we can get this going. So I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to quit back to the desktop and restart the opening scene since it really didn't work, and we're going to try it one more moment, or one more time, and see if this has solved the problem. So let me just get back and we'll start right over. Yeah, there's so much of a save game that we missed, and then we're going to start all over. All right, we're back on the main screen here. I'm just going to wait for the brief lag so I can see on my own monitor that we are back on the starting screen. All right, everybody, this is take two. We will now, that pathetic clap of my hands was supposed to be like a movie director, you know, clapping the thing, and we're going to do take two. But here we go. We're going to start a new game. We are still going to give it a go in survivor mode. And let's cross our fingers that this works out this time and we don't have any weird internet funkiness. So let's get this thing going.
Courier's late.
Hey!
Hey.
You're welcome.
Well done. What's your name again?
The gentleman Jin, at your service.
And we're married to that name, are we?
What's wrong with my name?
How about I find our missing courier? You stay here and guard my back?
So you can get the package yourself and cut me out of the job. Ha, nice try.
Whatever you say, Gentleman Jin.
Was that so hard? But that's my professional name. You can just call me Latif.
Hey, no problem with your cooking. I have no problem with that. Cancel the game. Okay, we are here. We are back. And is everybody with us here on the starting screen? I can't really tell. Okay, if anybody can comment for me, has your video stopped, or are you right has all everything loaded and we're ready to start the game. Can you see our two characters in front of us? I'm having a little problem seeing certain things on my end, so I want to make sure things are still coming through on your end, or if we're still going to continue with our technical difficulties. Channel open, channel good. Okay, I figured out what was happening. See, I have it. I follow along on my phone just to make sure it keeps going. But we are here. We are going, and let's hope that any technical difficulties are now over. These are the two characters we have. We have, and we learned them. We already learned that his name is Gentleman Jin or Latif, and this is Ingrid, I believe. I don't know if we learned her name yet, but. Anyway, it gives we're going to go through the tutorial to begin the thing, so you guys will get a sense of, yeah, I haven't started. I wanted to make sure everybody's here before I started doing things. So we have regular movement options here off to the side, and we're going to get various pop-ups as we go, so bear with us. We'll get through the tutorial as fast as possible. I can also, yeah, okay, there's the first pop-up. The WASD keys are standard on moving things around, and that's what we do. We can also use the mouse by clicking a point on the map, and the agents will go there. If we double click a point on the map, the agents will run there. So just some control issues. And when we see these kinds of white dots around, these are things to inspect, and we will do that. So the city at night, dark shapes move on the far banks of the Seine. Other people, other lives, other reasons to be out this late. So early on, it's pretty much just flavor text. Otherwise, we will get other information coming up. So you can see if we run.
So, how long have you been working for Elle?
As long as you have, I think.
So, about 3 hours. Got it.
So they're working for a mysterious man that they don't know for sure. They've never met him. We got something else to look at over here. So a horn at night. From the apartments beyond comes the melody of a French horn, faint but bold against the city's murmurs. And so the opening cutscene that we finally did manage to see, that was the courier that was mentioned and that we weren't able to rendezvous with. So we are going to try and see what's going on. And we have real-time movement, and then when any action or battle starts, that's when it goes to the turn-based part of the game. And what we have is a situation where the door ahead of us is bolted and we need to get to the other side. We have two types of characters here. We have her, which is, we'll find out in a moment, is a bruiser, and we have him who's able to clamber up things like this. So we'll get him picked and send him over here. Go do it,
The door's
Latif.
barred.
I guess you're lucky I'm here then.
I guess so. Latif and Ingrid. So we got him down on the other side. Let's just send him back over here to the door and get the thing open.
Oh, you waited for me.
Didn't have much of a choice. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to regroup. Right now, the agents are separated. They're moving separate, but all we have to do is regroup. Real simple. And this just tells you the keystrokes needed to do that. So we have the ability to move them together or separately in this mode. In fact, I know what's up ahead, so we're just going to lead with Ingrid again. She's a bruiser, they say. And we have a wall ahead of us. So Ingrid's a bruiser, able to bring down weakened barriers to create new paths through the environment. So we're going to use her bruiser abilities.
How's that for a kicker?
The trick is wanting it bad enough.
Yeah, somehow if I wanted that bad enough, I do not think. I do not think I would be able to do that. So here's our rendezvous point. That's what that marker means. It's one of the goals that we have to get to. And you'll notice over here, rendezvous with the courier and all agents must survive. And we can see from here, we got some issues with our courier.
Look, there's the courier. He's sleeping?
Well, let's find out.
Nope, he's dead.
And no sign of the package. So much for an easy job.
The poor guy's still warm. The package can't be far.
Yeah, so we have hope, or at least we hope have chance to get the package we are here to meet. We could just take a peek at a couple miscellaneous things here.
A letter from our employer. The mysterious L.
Monsieur T, my agents will meet you as arranged. So this is the letter that the courier dropped, apparently, and I expect you will deliver. Why else would you write our mutual friend about discovering the cards? Surely you knew he would write to me. So, sell me the deck and be done with it. Do not stand between me and my revenge. And the mysterious L. And just to give a little more flavor over here. Whoops. We'll see what the magazine rack has to say. And so we have tomorrow's issue of Le Petit Parisien. Oh, and it already fills the stands this early in the day. So we are in Paris, my friends. We are in Paris, indeed. So let's continue looking for what we need to find. The infamous package that our courier no longer has.
Another of those masked soldiers from the roof.
Okay, we got
Who are they?
No idea. But 10 francs as one of them has our package.
Well, let's go see if we can find the one with the package. So sizing up the options. There's a lookout up ahead in a well-defended position. Get too close, and the agents will enter the guard's field of vision, causing him to become suspicious. A frontal attack is an option, but not the only one. Scoundrels, like Ingrid and Latif, can handle certain threats while staying silent. So in this respect, right now, it's very Mutant Year Zero-ish. If you can't feel the vibe right here as far as sneaking up, taking care of things silently, it is not always like that. But this part of the game, it kind of is. So as a sneak, now we find out a little bit more about our sneaks and what they can do besides, it's different than a bruiser. So as a sneak, Latif has several advantages during infiltration. When not grouped with other agents, he moves more quietly and can approach enemies from behind without being detected. So we're going to ungroup the two and switch to Latif so we can narrow this guy's field of vision and see if we can't sneak up behind him. So let's get everybody over here first. Kind of to his rear, and you can see his range of detection where he would be able to see stuff. And so we're going to ungroup, and then I'm going to switch over to Latif and send him off on his own over here. And you can already see the cone of detection is half as large as it was before. And we're going to sneak up on this guy and see what Latif can do for us. So during infiltrations, agents can use takedowns to quietly dispatch enemies. This lone sentry is a perfect target for the sneak takedown. Called the sucker punch. Switch to Latif, move him behind the sentry, and press, well, punch.
So much for him. Any sign of the package?
These guys are flunkies. We're looking for a bigger fish.
An hour ago, this was a cakewalk. Now we've got the dead courier and goons in gas masks.
Interesting. So you'll notice down here, this was the perk we used, sneaking up behind somebody. So we have limited uses of this thing. So that's something to be aware of in our sneaky sneak mode. We have something to investigate here. So below is a lone night watchman slouched in a chair, fast asleep. Beside him is a spirit board. The planchette points to the letter H. What that means, I have no clue. So what we can do is we come back here. If I press the regroup button now, you can see there's a range that you can regroup at, and we aren't close enough to Ingrid, so we got to move. You got to be a little bit closer to be able to regroup. That's just one mechanic. And coming up, because I have obviously done the tutorial before. Yeah, Phantom Year. Yeah, make one long name with all the games we play. It's always a blend, isn't it now? So up ahead we have 2 soldiers. And we're going to learn about the slam. So 2 guards up ahead. Too many for a sneak to sucker punch. Plus they're looking, so there's nowhere to sneak up behind. Yeah, I just don't know why it's left on the letter H. You know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the significance of the H? That part I have not figured out. But bruisers like Ingrid can use slam to take down up to 3 targets at once. Slam makes more noise than other takedowns, but dead men don't get suspicious. So we're going to switch to Ingrid now and see her ability, of which she has 2 uses. And now it tells us that we do have, in fact, limits to the amount of times we can use these special perks per mission. So let's move in there. And why don't we see what her perk looks like? Why don't we? And that's exactly how it looks and how we use it. We when we activate it, we just quickly, and we aren't always so lucky that people aren't moving. This time we are, for purposes of learning. And let's do it. All right, so thank you, Ingrid. That pretty little Ingrid is packs a powerful
Another
punch.
front. Perhaps we can slip past them.
Yeah, and this is designed. We could easily take out. There's a guard over here. There's a guard over here, and there's a guard wandering around, and we could easily take them out. But we don't want to use up all our perks in the process of doing that. Okay. So we don't want to make too much noise. So if we enter the field of vision of an enemy, or the enemy hears us, the fact that they become suspicious, you'll see that question mark pop above their head. And when that happens, you have a chance to run away and get away, but you also have a chance to get caught. So when an already suspicious enemy sees or hears something fishy, an expanding red circle appears around them, indicating they are searching their surroundings. Yeah, their search gets serious when that red circle grows. And if an agent gets caught in that red circle, combat will start. And it's much preferable to start the combat on our terms as opposed to that way. But this enforcer has his back turned to some low cover, so it won't be too hard, or shouldn't be. We'll see if we can show that we're that good or that bad right now. And all agents, when using cover, can hide behind that cover even when in an enemy's field of vision. The only exception is when they get right up next to you, unless you're a sneak, and they can get a little, even then if they get right up next to you, I think everybody gets seen, but sneaks can at least not be seen at a lesser distance than everybody else. So when I think I more or less read that in my own words, so and he's walking back this way, so we will keep our distance, because the purpose of this particular level is to just sneak past these guards and move on to the next. I've played this section where I killed him, but
Seems like half of Paris wants this package.
Yeah.
The gas mask wearing half.
it was not nice using up all my perks to do it, because then you didn't get to use them later. So now we're going to do an actual battle where we make some noise. So sooner or later it'll be time to fight. Best to do it on the agent's own terms. So we're going to position our agents and then enter the turn-based mode. And for this particular game, it's the control button. So if we initiate combat, we get the first shot. But as soon as we take the shot and everybody becomes aware, they will move to cover. And then we get to continue our turn. And in that first round of combat, we get an extra chance to hit. So this is the time to do the damage. So let's just kind of move in here and hit the control button before that red circle expands and hits us and it goes loud. So Ingrid and Latif have gone loud and are now in turn-based combat. Agents may take their turn in any order. And our abilities appear down here. So our ability bar has grown now, so that we have more choices in this style of combat, and we'll have a chance to explore those in a moment. And in movement, we have, we start with 2 AP. You can see that down on our character icon down in the lower left. And different actions cost different things. Movement, you can do a 1 AP movement or a 2 AP movement. And we'll see how AP can be gained or lost down the road. But for now, it's a very basic combat. We have the Bruiser that can do a strike, and she basically punches these guys. And it does 35 to 52 damage. 35 being the regular damage, 52, I believe, being the crit damage. And then over here with Latif, he has a pistol that he's able to shoot. He can also do Overwatch, and he has a special action called Decoy 1, which we're not going to use on a single target, but we'll get to use that a little bit later, and we'll show you what that's all about. Now, his shot does more damage, 40, 60 on a crit. And I've noticed sometimes, depending on their cover, that can influence damage a little bit too. But right now, those are the base things we're going to do. And let's just open up with a shot from Latif. And we're going to target this guy. And just telling me how to cycle through it. And I can cancel also if I change my mind. So let's get over here. Clean shot. And you can see it tells me it's a 100% chance to hit. And we have a 65% chance for a crit. And let's see if we can get lucky and do the crit. And we did. We got the full 60. Okay, so this might it might just be a way for Ingrid to finish it off. And if I just click on it, it says, yeah, we're in range of a single move. And so it's a one action thing to move and punch, and we're just going to do it. And we can see right here, 100% chance to hit. 10% crit, but we don't need to crit because this is just telling me by graying it out right here that if we hit, he's down.
Something's bothering me. The courier's body was a pincushion, but none of these goons have knives.
And the sooner we find this package, the better.
Aha, yes, okay, so they're saying the courier died by knife point, so we need to get moving and see if we can find the one with the knife that's responsible for this. Let's regroup and climb down. And we got a wandering guy here. I see another guy standing guard patrol over here, pretty stationary. So let's
split up.
No, let's not. Okay, well, why don't we split up then? Oh, because by clicking over here, it's thinking I'm clicking on him. So let's just change the angle. It took me a second to realize it thought I was clicking on Latif every time. So we'll do that, and then we'll... Okay, so I can't tab over. She won't continue moving. So that's just something I wanted to know. We'll climb down here. Let's go back to her and hide her, so the guy wandering around doesn't find us. And, oh, he's coming our way now. Let's get back to Latif. And let's figure out how we want to try taking these guys out. So I can come up behind him and just go clobber. So we got 2 of those left. So maybe that's the way I see if I can do that. And agents behind cover are harder to hit, providing them with a defensive advantage during combat. And we're all familiar with cover. It's the same kind of thing. The shield icon next to an object indicates whether it's half or full cover. And full cover agents are very much more protected. Trust me, they are very much more protected. But you can lose line of sight of your enemy sometimes. The cover will work against you sometimes. So enemies will take advantage of cover 2, flank them to get a clear shot indicated by the gold trajectory lines visible when moving and targeting. So Latif, let's get you over here and see if we can sneak up behind this guy at all. We're hidden now. We cut that one close, didn't we? Let's see if I can get him before he turns this time.
Down we
This
go.
time, I did it. And we got one guy left over here. And so I think what we'll do is let's take our... We'll just move Latif over here. I'm not going to use my last thing because we don't need to. We can kill this guy easy enough. Excuse me, Latif, I switched away too soon. Get over here and crouch. And then we'll get Ingrid back over there. And I think she can move up behind this thing quite safely. And she'll hide there. And then why don't we just open with Latif? Take our 2 shots, and we do have ammo limits, so we do have to worry about reloading. Right here shows what our ammo situation is at right now. We're going to take a shot. It only is a 1 action thing, so technically if Latif does not move, we can take 2 shots. 100% chance to hit.
You picked the wrong side, my friend.
So we did not get a crit this time. But I think what we will do is now take that 65% chance right here.
Challenge.
Oh, well,
That's
we
all
took
I
him out.
asked.
We hit. We're just too good. We didn't even need Ingrid to go, hi-ya. So, let's... Did I see something over here before?
Right this way.
I think I may have gone by... There was a way to listen in on that thing, and I think I was a little distracted and didn't take care of that. So sometimes by eavesdropping, which is
So,
what we
what's
missed,
he like?
you get some
Well,
clues
he
as
has
to
neat
what's going
handwriting,
on.
And he pays well?
You've never met him either, huh?
Sorry, I'll try not to talk over these guys too much, but they basically, they have not met their employer yet, is what they're talking about. They have not met their employer.
I bet our package is inside one of those crates. Ah, they're loading the trucks to go.
Then we need to move fast if we want our payday.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. Let's bring Latif over here. We're going to ungroup. And I'm thinking, Ingrid, this is a good situation for you to maybe come over here, and maybe we'll be able to use your perk on these 2 guys wandering around and take them out next time they come around this way. We got something here to check out, some lore. Let's do it now.
Sleep well.
All you have to do is they don't have to be lined up in a row. They just have to be near each other, and she's able to run by and just take them out. So we were able to just do that. And we got some lore here. Let's go find out. The Magister has written, "Mission success. Lady Nicastro has retrieved the deck. Departure slightly delayed as we wait for her to finish praying." So the lady is praying somewhere. "I have already sent a cleanup crew to follow in her wake. Given tonight's excitement, I told them to expect at least 3 more bodies." I think that note is thinking that our 2 bodies will be included along with the courier, but let's see if we can prevent that from happening. And let's see how we want to set ourselves up for these upcoming battles. So we're going to have to sneak up on these guys. And they're facing each other, so there's no way we're going to be able to sneak up on them. We're going to have to fight it out the old-fashioned way, I believe. Why don't I come around this way? Take this cover. And start the shooting here. There's 2 of them and 2 of us. Let's see if we can take them out. And we did good crit on that guy. And he's running off. Now I cannot move and shoot because I only have 1 action left. I do have full ammo, which is good. It's probably a 60. Well, I was hoping for 65, but we're going to take the 60% shot anyway. The other thing we can do in this... Oh, I took the shot and I hit. I was going to show you something else, but we'll learn it soon enough. And then now what we can do is when we hit with the strike on Ingrid, she does a bone-crushing blow that applies dazed if we are lucky enough to hit. And we also have a signature ability right here. And what this one does is a sweeping kick that knocks down the enemy, so they fall over, and it kind of eliminates them from performing any actions until they're back on their feet. So why don't we just do that so we can see what it's all about. And it's a signature ability. And agents can only use their signatures once per mission, but if deployed correctly, they can change the tide of battle. So let's go do it right here. And you can see that circle by how far we can move and use it. If there were other enemy agents in that circle, they would also be taken down. So that's the benefit of this move.
Underestimate me.
That's the power
I dare you.
Remind me to stay on
of
your
this
good side.
move.
I work with what God gave me.
Okay, so we took him down, and some of these moves, I don't know if this is one that gives back. Oh, that was just a single AP move. So we are actually just going to stay here, and one of our moves is called Evade. It takes 1 action point, and it basically means anybody who shoots at us, we will evade the first shot or our action against us. And we know he can't hit us anyway, we'll just do Evade. Because he has to stand up. He can't do a thing until he stands up. Okay, it's back to our turn. Now we have Latif. And this guy's not in a good position for Latif because Latif is kind of an awkwardly positioned. However, let's just see if he can move far enough to get into position. Let's find out. Well, I can move here, but I'm not going to get a good shot because he's in full cover. So what we're going to do is just bring him over here to get ready to shoot next turn if Ingrid can't take him out. And you're going to find another perk with Latif. Every time he moves, he gains an evade. So he double moved twice. He now has 2 evades. Not that this guy can shoot twice, but it can help if he's out of position and he's running to get back into position. He gains 2 evades, so 2 shots worth, he cannot get hit. It's kind of cool. Now this is a 1 action to punch this guy. We're going to do it because we start with 2 actions, so we can punch yet again.
Is that the last of them?
It can't be. We still haven't seen whoever carved up the courier.
Hey, I have an idea. Let's leave before the butcher shows up.
So we found the package right here.
I have the package.
Nice lift. Now let's get out of here.
And there's nothing else that we noticed around here. So as we can see, the exit zone over here has appeared now that we've completed our mission here. So let's get the hay out of here. Let's group
move.
back up and move. And you notice sprinting, these circles coming off of them. You can sprint, but it makes a heck of a lot more noise, and the range of that noise is represented by these circles. So only in moments like this is it really pay to dash and run and go fast.
I have a car just ahead. We can take that to the rendezvous.
I'm going to open this package. I think we deserve to know what we just risked our lives to steal.
I won't tell.
And Mr. L hired us to retrieve playing cards. Playing cards?
A troop of uniformed mercenaries killed a man. For a deck of blank playing cards?
Not what I'd call a winning hand.
It will be when we trade it in to Mr. L for our paycheck.
All right, so the Sneak's takedown, Sucker Punch, is a perfect for eliminating lone enemies. So yeah, as we saw during
this is the place.
before the
we catch
battle
an
phase.
airplane that takes us to L.
Can you fly an aeroplane? Because I could probably figure it out, but...
Let's hope the contact we're meeting knows how.
Okay, so we're back on a new mission. Our special skills right here have all recharged, so we're back up to 2. For Ingrid and whatever Latif's are, he's back up to 3. So if we have the opportunities to use them, we shall. We've got a point of interest here. We'll take a look. So over the slimy salt tang of the ocean wafts a delicate floral scent of fresh oranges. Well, obviously we can see that. So we're on the docks in Marseille. We've driven all the way from Paris, and we have to rendezvous with L's contact.
Impossible. There's no way they got here before we did.
Strange indeed, don't you think? How'd they know we were headed this way and they beat us here? So there's that to consider and deal with. So let's move a little farther forward. And this guy with the yellow icon, he's on guard, indicated by the yellow eye icon over his head. So enemies on guard won't move from their post, but they may call their buddies over to investigate on their behalf. They're much more alert and quicker to catch infiltrating agents, even sneaks who approach from behind. So in practicing this, I have managed to sneak up behind this guy and take him out, but I failed more frequently. So I tend to not try to sneak up on these guys now that I got a better feel for it. It's possible, but it's also got to be timed quite right. So we have some tall grass over here, and agents can hide in the tall grass, making them harder to catch. And we're going to take advantage of that. As we check out the battlefield and take a look, we see a couple more over here. We have this guy over here. So right now we know of two, but let's kind of keep scoping it out. And hazards. So that crate of explosives, there are some right here. We'll be able to see it better once this pop-up goes away. This actually shows us what it looks like. It is extremely close to a pool of flammable oil, because, you know, if I was a guard, I would choose to stand in the flammable oil. And those enforcers' patrol routes take them right past it. So when the agents are ready to go loud, enter turn-based mode, select a ranged attack, and kablooey. That's what we're gonna try. Okay, so we have a guard walking. It shows footsteps when you can hear them, but not quite see them. In fact, there he is now. And let's go into turn-based and do just what the game recommended for us here. And we can see all three of these guys and hit them solidly, but we also can gain a target here. And I'm just going to shoot for this one, and let's see what happens. And boom, boom, boom. They are all down. And enemies remaining, we now have 2. Oh yes, warm, sweet oil. But you gotta look closely, because sometimes those puddles are just water. And you don't want to mistake the puddles of water with the puddles of oil. So there's at least something aware. Oh yeah, sometimes the points of interest are for eavesdropping, sometimes they're for just lore, sometimes they're goodies to pick up. So I don't know if it's an oh, did I have an eavesdrop prompt over here that I overlooked and didn't take care of? Sorry about that. It would be good for some of us to be able to see that. So also this guy back here, we don't see him, but we know he's back. Okay, we do. So when he's off the map or far enough away, that's the icon that you see, letting you know in that direction there's an unseen enemy. But technically we know where he is. So we have a guy here, and we're not in the best of position, and we can't go this way due to the fire, so we're gonna have to get creative with our fight here. And Latif only has one more action available, so I'm gonna try moving him into some cover if we can find it. And I guess the cover he's gonna have to take is this half cover all the way back here. He'll gain and evade by moving, so even if this guy shoots at him, he will not get hit. And there's still a few more things that we'll have to teach you about our team. And this guy's far enough back that I'm guessing we can move Ingrid, let's say safely here, to be in position to maybe reach this guy coming up. And just in case I'm mistaken and he can get a shot on us, we'll try evade and see how that works for us. Okay, he double moved, so we don't have to worry about taking a shot. And this guy stayed put over here, and does not look like either of them chose to overwatch. So what we have to do is figure out how we want to deal with this. Now we could sweep him down, but we're not at the end of the encounter yet. So we'll have to think about this. I could come over here, kick him, hurt him, and evade if I knew from Latif that he could give us enough support. So we're not in great position right now. Let's face it, we're not in great position. Or we just kind of pull back and let Latif take some overwatch, potentially. That's a possibility also. So why don't I give Latif evade, and then we're just gonna pull ourselves back a little bit and play it that way and see if we entice them to draw towards us. Let's try something. I've not tried it on this particular battle before, but let's see if that's a thing. So Latif, let's move you forward so you get evade. Oh, I guess I can actually get through the fire, which is good to know coming up, that we can weave our way through the fire. But let's gain evade from you, and then what I'm going to do is put us on Overwatch. And the Overwatch in this game, which is good to show you also, is a cone shape. So if they all both stay put and just shoot at us, well, we'll have our evades, and if they move, well, we got Overwatch. We got this Overwatch for this guy on this side, and we got Overwatch over here. And for Ingrid, I am debating right now, do I want to pull her back? I'm trying to save up her special onslaught skill over here, is what I'm trying to do. And I'm thinking but I can't really pull her back. Well. Yeah, I've just got to pull her back. She won't have evade, because this is a double move. I was thinking she might make it farther back with a single move, but she does not. Unless I move her here, and let's do this. This still is full cover. He can't shoot from there without shooting into full cover. He would have to move and come out wide, and maybe we force him to run the Overwatch. I don't know which one is going to try being the aggressive one, and we're going to evade right here, and I think we'll be okay. So our Overwatch, that one hit. And that was the second shot on our guy, because this guy shot and it missed because we had the evade. This guy was able to hit. We did a slight 20 damage. And you'll notice this red bar above us. The thing we do not want to have happen is that red bar to fill. And we'll learn what that is soon enough. Now, if we can get enough hits and shots on the enemy to get their red bar to fill, they will, it's basically a panic and break kind of a mode. So I think what we are going to be able to do is I am going to bring Latif. I don't think that's gonna, this would be a good chance to hit, plus it would give us an evade. And so I'm just gonna do it. Because this is the only guy, if everything works the way I want, this is the only guy that'll be left to shoot at us, and we'll be able, yeah, it's combat stress. Yes, exactly. Thank you for using the words I couldn't find at that moment. And we're, so, I have her chosen right now. First of all, I'm gonna move Ingrid here, because she's gonna do the final killing blow over here. And then let's pick Latif. Let's get him to move, and I'm going to actually move him here so we have the flank, and it should be a high percentage shot. I'm a little concerned with the angle here that it might not be as high a percentage as this, but by moving we'll have an evade in our back pocket. And we just picked it up. That's one of his nice perks. Anytime you move him, you want to keep Latif on the move because that allows him to evade and not get hit so frequently. And if I come here, I actually have a chance to kill the dude. I have a chance to kill the dude, and I probably will at 90%.
Did you see that?
And yes, I have been XCom'd in this game, so don't think it's all easy peasy. And so what I'm going to do with you is I'm just going to have you pick evade, Ingrid, so maybe he'll try shooting at you with that terrible full cover shot. And let's see what he does. Who's he going to go for? Okay, he's going for the guy standing in the open, which was probably the smart move. And the fire is gone, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. So we got to figure out exactly how we want to work this. I can run and punch, but the punch isn't going to kill the guy. I can run with Latif, but you'll notice even getting shot at when we evade increases our stress. So there is that to consider also in making and formulating plans. But I do believe I want to get Latif moving so we can work on... Well, you know, we could also have both of us run over here, and maybe we can goad the guy into running towards the dynamite. We have not exploded all the dynamite just yet. So let's see if we can get you moving down here. Like, that's what we'll do. We'll move you here into full cover. You're not going to get hit. We'll now, you know, I was going to say let's do an Overwatch, but I tell you what, let's just keep moving over here. The guy's not going to be able to get an angle on us to shoot. And let's try getting to a point where we goad him over here. I have not tried this also. And let's see if it's a winning combination for us. Now I could bring you here, and I don't think he could run far enough to be able to hit us if we hid you here. But why don't we just bring you here for starters, Ingrid? And he moved up a little bit closer. And he also is not on Overwatch as far as we can tell. And let's see how far Latif can move first and see what kind of cover we might be able to get him to. So we can get pretty far over here into cover, even though it's only half. Now I got full cover over here. I just can't quite make it. So I'm going to bring ourselves here though, because this is the direction I want him to run to try and get close enough to shoot us, and we will have evade. And if he couldn't make it, more than likely Ingrid won't be able to make it. Oh, she can make it here too. Problem is she will not have evade. So this is what I'm going to do for her. Is I'm going to get her safe over here. Oh, well, she can evade from here, but we're going to get Ingrid safe here and see if this entices the guy to run towards us. To get closer for a better shot, and we'll just evade and end our turn. Yeah, we want, and now we get to find out. No, he had to reload anyway. Now let's find out if he's within the blast zone, and I may just do it anyway because this is, once again, oil. There's oil in them dar hills, and we're going to try to take advantage of it. And let's see what our shot. So we can see both. And if I shoot over here, he may not get hit. And he's not highlighting, so odds are. So only the red spots will cause the explosion hurt. So I'm kind of thinking this is I will not do it yet. I'm thinking let's move Latif right here, and we can just take a regular shot on the guy and we'll gain an evade. And it's a 65% shot, probably a little bit because of the distance, because Latif only shoots a pistol, but it's a 65% chance to crit. And we didn't get the crit, but we did hit. And now let's see how far you can move. And can we? Now we can't quite get you into full cover, and I'm really concerned. How would he move? I would love nothing better than to entice him over here. I'm afraid if I move here, that's going to be full cover. I'm going to keep Ingrid there and just see where we can entice him to try moving. And we're going to end our turn with some movement left. No, he's moving away, but he double moved. Well, what he did is he moved right next to us, so we're going to be able to hit and run. Don't move her? Oh yeah, we don't have to move her now because he's right next for a single action punch, and we're going to get to do two of them. So boom, boom.
Who are these goons?
Oh, and she got the crit.
Communists? Anarchists?
None of those seem to fit. This is something else.
Low percent crit chance, but we got it. Pretty surprising. So this is the mission report. The page is flecked with small red dots. Captain, we found a suitable candidate for the finding and Lady Nicastro was able to perform the ritual. She says the entrails indicate Marseille as the thieves' destination. I think they're talking about us. We are preparing the mobile crossroads beacon now. Note, apologies for the stains on this letter. This is the last time I stand downwind during a finding. So they're using somebody's entrails to determine our location. How about that? So there's some strange things going on here in our little noir environment here.
Follow me.
So we got something over here. Let's take a look. This metal is blisteringly cold, far too cold for a French night in March. From within comes a faint, mechanical hum. What that means, I don't know. But as the clues add up, maybe we'll start figuring things out and it'll make sense.
Psst. Mr. L sends his regards.
Oh, really?
Y'all got the package?
That depends. Are you the pilot?
Me? No. I'm the guy who's gonna get you to him in one piece.
So Eddie, this is our new friend here, is a saboteur. Eddie can pick locks, use shock mines, and take down enemies during the infiltration process. The door up ahead is locked. Switch to Eddie and pick the lock to open it. So let's switch to Eddie and do just what the tutorial wants us to.
Look alive, people!
Alright, let's head inside. So we got some stuff to pick up over here. As a matter of fact, the person I'm going to have pick it up is good old Latif. And you'll notice his stress level has reduced already, which is a good thing. But we have inventory. So agents can pick up and carry useful items in their inventory. Anything an agent picks up is displayed down in the inventory slot down below. And to use an item, you first select the inventory slot and then activate it. And items like medkits are usable in both real-time and turn-based combat, while targetable items like grenades are only usable in turn-based combat. And you can also drop an item if you need to switch it between people, that kind of thing, and someone else can pick it up, yada yada. So we're going to have Latif pick this up
I found something useful, and I didn't even steal it.
How about that? And you're the only one that needs healing, so we're going to actually use the healing right now.
I mean, I've had worse.
Yeah. And we have an incident report. At or around 2100, a troop of unknown soldiers entered Dock 94 of Vieux Port-de-Marseille without warning or authorization. I have attempted to contact the Gendarmerie, but no one has responded. Their leader is... And the report just stops, cut off. There's a blot of ink. And I doubt the writer is still breathing, if you want my opinion, based on what we just found. Alright, so let's keep moving forward. There's nothing else here to see.
Didn't catch your name, cowboy.
Eddie Sawyer. Pleased to meet you.
They call me the Gentleman Jim.
Sure thing. Your turn, sister.
Just Ingrid will do. Let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving. The Bruiser, cool as a cat. Okay, so we got a roaming guard over here. And you'll notice this roaming guard is going to give us a chance to test out our shock mines. How convenient. So during infiltration, we can throw these shock mines. On detonation, shock mines also electrify water and ignite oil, so they can get a fire starting. So the shock mines, you don't have to worry about whether it's water or oil. They can benefit us either way with those. But we're looking at water here, by the way. So let's switch to Eddie because he's the one. He's got a couple of these shock mines. And let's kind of see how far he can throw it. Okay, we'll just stand here and wait for this guy to come wandering through the water, unbeknownst to himself. Yeah, because I think he's patrolling in a big circle, so he'll come cycling around, and then we'll see about throwing out the shock mine. Okay, maybe he is taking his time now that we want him to come here. And the minute I stop using the shock mine, there he goes. Now let's bring it back out. We don't see him, but he know he's there because we heard him.
This always works. Except when it don't.
And the poor guy was shocked. And as you can see, the water is now electrified. So if there were a group of enemies over here, the one guy that goes to investigate the shock mine is the unfortunate one. Everybody else will not die, but they will lose health from the shock. So it's kind of a cool cool mechanic. I don't think there's any points of interest up here. I've kind of searched before, so we'll just kind of move off into the long grass. We got a lone guy patrolling over here.
These days. A lot of Joes came back from the war unfit for anything but killing.
And I'm thinking about moving Latif forward and ungrouping.
Sit tight.
Yes, because this guy has half. He can sneak up, hopefully, behind the guy once he turns away from the grass. And maybe we can sneak up and get him.
Got one down.
And there we go. Alright, so there's nothing back here. I've searched all these things before. I've never found anything. So either I'm blind or nothing exists back there. One of the two.
Come on, come on.
And we have a few enemies over here, and they're standing in the liquid stuff over here also. So it looks like we have a tempting target over here. But what I'm going to do is split up the group, and the two of us with guns are going to take some nice high ground over here.
A whole lot of guns this way.
So this is a...
Sure about this?
Yeah, I'm sure about it. It's an optional area, but we got to see what it's like to fight larger amounts of guards and see what options we have and kind of learn how to do it, and that's what we're going to do. We'll give you the corner position, Latif. How about that? No, don't. Why don't we give you the corner position like that? And then let's see, I will bring Eddie back up here too. Climb the ladder. I said climb the ladder. And we'll give you this cover position right here. Now we both got good high ground right here. And Ingrid, let's kind of push you forward little by little here. In fact, we'll just park you right here. And then what we'll do is we are going to get back over to good old Eddie because he has the fun toy. And this guy, if we're lucky, will move into the goopity goop. And we can get one of them to go towards this thing and electrify three of them. In fact, I can maybe impact... Well, all this does is one of these three will move towards it, so I guess it's not vital to have that guy in it. He's... Well, maybe the other guy keeps moving, we'll have all four. Let's just do it this way, see which one goes for it.
Easy as pie.
I'll check it out.
And I missed the water, so the other guys aren't electrified. I didn't even notice. I thought I was going to make it on the water, so I failed to electrify the water, but we did kill one of them. Now they're all searching for us, and I want to make sure if they're about to find us, I am going to go live, and we're just going to do it. And we'll just deal with them. Now, there's one agent right down below. He's got amazing cover, and I doubt these two will be able to shoot at him. That's the bad news. And that kind of strings out poor Ingrid over here. So, what I may just be able to do, though, is I can always drop you down, Latif. to right here, because right at the moment all the remaining guards wandered off looking for the noises. They're too far away to really do a whole heck of a lot. So I think, Latif, if we can get you to jump down right here, we're going to have a great position. And why don't I just put you here, because here for sure you got some cover and you'll have evade. Oh, okay, so they all saw us, and so they hadn't technically seen us because I went live first. So the good news is, or the bad news is, I am now down and not on the high ground. The good news is, we're still in good shape, I hope. So Eddie, let's take your shot, and it's 70%, still a decent shot.
Not bad.
And we got a crit.
You really want to impress me?
I think it was only
Do
a
that
50.
again.
Yeah. Let's impress her. Let's do this again and again and again and again. Now, one thing we're going to do is I'm going to give the kill, or I'm going to hope we can get the kill with Ingrid over here. And I'm not close enough on a single move to get over there for the kill, but let's move closer, and then we'll be able to do our signature kick move. And let's see what happens. So we're going to take a bone crushing, and it will kill the guy. So let's come here. And I don't know if she's earned it yet, but I'm used to, in the early game of playing, is when she kills on her move, on her strike, she gains an AP. And I don't know if that's like her next promotion where that kicks in or not. But we're about to find out. So she may get hit here all of a sudden, but she's going to get the kill here.
One less to worry
Okay,
about.
there it is. She has killer instinct. So what it does is it gains her 1 AP. In fact, I probably could have done this to look over the skills. So if I go into recon mode, you can hover over people to see what their skills are and abilities, and we should eventually get in the habit of doing that more. But there, she has killer instinct, so upon killing an enemy, Ingrid gains 1 AP, and this can activate 2 times per round. So she can, if you can line up a bunch of easy to kill individuals, she can chain kill to finish them off. So it's a cool perk that I wanted to make sure we were able to see her use. So now she can still move. No, I don't want to evade. That's not the one I was trying to hit. I want you to move into cover, is what I'm thinking, as opposed to evade. Now, there's a chance this guy may shoot at us and have a chance to hit, but if I stand out in the open with evade, we're going to take multiple shots and we won't be able to avoid them all. So I'm bringing her over here. And then we got good old Eddie. And Eddie, these guys are too far away to hit right now. And even with his signature move, which is Barrage, only reaches so far. You know, because he doesn't get better range for this shot, so we're not going to use that. What we are going to do, in case these guys try to move closer to pick up a shot on us, we're going to set Overwatch and see if they run towards us to get a better shot themselves.
First sign of movement.
And we did. Get a hit. And this guy's going to do the same thing, but no, he's going to take cover, shoot at Ingrid, and he missed, thank goodness. And that was a double move. So we got 3 enemies remaining in front of us. And Eddie, now we can do one of your base moves, and that is a dual shot. Except you can only, these guys are still out of range for you. But what the heck, we're going to do a dual shot on a single guy. Oh no, we do have the lines to where we can hit them. So, we'll see what the shots look. I definitely want a shot on this guy. And the other shots are not necessarily as good of odds, so I'm just going to weaken this guy down. So once again, we have a chance with Ingrid to finish him off and then move to safety. Now he hits twice, but he does less damage per hit. Although when you total them both up, that's 50 damage if they both hit. So he can be quite useful at times. And now, what I think I'm going to do is put out a little Overwatch. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's hold off and see what happens and who we kill and who we don't. Ingrid, let's move you. If I move you here, you'll be able to knock him out and you should be able to kill him. We'll have you do it from cover just in case things get weird.
No hard feelings.
And we got our extra AP. So the question is, where do we want to hide Ingrid? And what I think we'll just do here is we'll have her evade. There's a chance, however, that we can have a great moment for her signature move. And let's see if we can get a position and knock both these guys down. And we can. And let's just do it.
You picked the wrong fight.
So good knockdown, good move. And so they're going to stand up next turn but not be able to do anything. And Latif, I think I want you moving if that's going to be the case. As fast as your little legs can move you, we're going to bring you over here too for some of your shots. And between your shots and her punches, we should be in good shape. And he picked up the double evade. And now we also have our friend up on high, who we will rush down and get in position also. He does not pick up evade with his moves, but we're still going to try moving him. He used one of his shots, so he can only move so far. Yeah, we don't have to worry about cover. We got this thing handled, I think. Unless, not checking Latif, he doesn't have enough ammo for this to work. That's one thing I forgot to double check. Alright, Eddie's back up. We can have him do his dual shot. He can only see one of them. Let's see if he can hit him for one or two shots. Oh no, but we're going to go back to the other one and do both shots here.
Buffalo Bill?
Oh, he took him down. Holy smokes, 245% shot. Sign the guy up. Sign the guy up. Latif, I would love for you to weaken this guy down at 95%. Don't miss.
That was disappointingly easy.
Okay. He crit.
What's next?
And we got him. Now, is there any shiny little dots that we have to go find? Not that I've noticed right away, so let's regroup.
Let's get it done.
So hopefully, Nightmare, you felt that was a good enough slam time. We slammed, they did not. Now let's go open the door. Okay, we got some more bandages here, so we'll see about picking those up. Sure. Why don't you pick them up?
Don't mind if I do.
We got some more bandages. We should tab to somebody else, and why don't we have Ingrid pick those up? How about that?
Not bad. I'll take it.
And Eddie, we got one more thing over here, and it's a firebomb. I would love, and we got movement outside I noticed off to the side, but we got a firebomb here. We'll let Eddie carry this.
Shame. Someone
And
left this lying around.
right at the moment, we only have one inventory per person, and and we got a little bit of lore over here too. So we got something about an aeroplane. It's the harbor log is what it is. So addendum, the pilot of this vessel is an alleged smuggler wanted in the United Kingdom for transport of illicit materials. No action to be taken at this time. Let the Brits see to it. Addendum 2. Constantaris passenger also has a warrant of arrest in the United States. No action to be taken at this time. So this guy must have been the pilot's passenger. So I guess all of us are, to some degree, a certain kind of lowlife, depending on your viewpoint. And let's see. Oh, someone's walking very close to us. Maybe we wait a second before we open the door. Okay, they kind of walked away, so let's open the door. And Latif, maybe we ungroup.
Come on, y'all.
Okay, let's ungroup. And go to Latif and have him move out and check things out since he's the hardest. Oh wait, there they are. Latif, can you come over here? Okay, we gained sight on the person. In fact, I'm going to run you right over here. Quick, 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 quick. I would actually run if it wouldn't make more noise. And let's just send you over here while I have a chance to look around. So somebody heard noise. We're going to have to go loud before we are discovered. And this one is carrying a key, is what that tells us. But we're going to take our first shot, and then this person's going to scatter, and then we're going to have to bring the other two out here to support. So not ideal. I really didn't think they would hear, but they did. And let's see. Yeah, the game looks so far, it has some really nice visuals, sets the mood really well. I love the artwork. It takes place back in the 30s, so I think it captures the 30s look very well. And it's kind of a noir film, and if you want me to pick movies that it would be like, I would have to say, you know, the Mummy movies, or with a mix of Indiana Jones kind of movies. That's kind of the style and the vibe I get from the little I've played this game so far. So it's kind of a cool look, kind of a fun little game, I think. So we're gonna see if this person runs and high. We got only a 35% chance for crit. And before I take the shot, let me cancel this, and let's take a look at these folks and do a little recon and see what these two. So these are not shooters. These are melee soldiers that we're up against. Maltese Falcon, very good. Another classic movie of the vibe that this game gives out. I was going with more recent style movies, but yeah, you're exactly right, Mike. I think you're exactly right. So these guys are melee. So if we can keep our distance on these melee grunts, we're okay. So she's a high priority to take out because she's too close for comfort. Let's face it, she is too close for comfort. And let's take our shot, and then we might decide, depending on how she moves and runs and reacts, we might have to move just to gain an evade. Okay, she's very close. In fact, both of them are very close. So I wonder how far we'll be able to move. It has me a little concerned that we're out of position right now. You know, if I had been smart, thinking we were out of position and knowing they heard me, but, you know, I panicked. So sometimes downed enemies drop useful items. That's something to remember, like this acolyte with the key. But as far as moving, maybe I just want to give as much distance as we can to the situation here. I'll tell you what, before we make that decision, why don't we just have somebody else move and see if we can't provide some support. So if I bring Eddie out, I can bring Eddie here, and he has that double shot to maybe wear them down some more. So why don't we take a look at that? And let's see what kind of chances we have. We have a 60% chance there. Oh, because of the distance, it's only 20% there. If we hit, he'd kill. But I'm going to try it. One shot on each. Oh, we missed him.
I gotta get back to the shooting range.
Yeah, well,
I'd rather people be jealous of me than pity.
They weren't the best odds, that's for sure. Now we got Ingrid, and maybe we need to bring Ingrid over here as kind of a, hey, come over here and try to get me, and we'll put an evade on her. Yeah, it was just enough of an angle, and it's also a little bit of a distance thing. So I think distance does have an impact also on these. He was not flanking, so I think it was a combination of cover, but I think distance, we'll have to find out if distance does play into it, but I feel like it does. So I think what I got to do is, the signature move doesn't make sense to me right now. Or maybe it should. Or this is what we do. Stay put and risk them coming towards you, but now this one could come right towards us and slash. But if this one ran towards me, I could set up an Overwatch. and have a real good chance to take her out. The question is, I would want the Overwatch to hit here if she had to come around the truck, right? Oh, you were able to see the numbers. Yeah, I'm moving around looking at too much to focus on the numbers. Nightmare, you always see stuff better than I do. I tell you. I tell you. And I see a extra bandage here. So if one of us gets hit, it's not going to be the end of the day here. So let's... I'm just going to set my Overwatch to see if I can at least take out the key person.
This area's covered.
And of course, we got that one hit. And she made it close enough and our evade paid off. But they ran the Overwatch and we're getting slashed. Bummer. Now, if they could have gotten to us, I think, within one move, but this person moved out here and then came back, I think they, potentially, if they're close enough at the start, they can get 2 swipes on you. So they can be quite dangerous, these individuals. But now, this thing's going to fall. And because she slashed you, as I like to do, if they hurt you, you hurt them and pay it back. And she dropped the key, which we'll pick up, but let's take care of this one now. And Ingrid, she tried to get to you. I don't trust Eddie's aim right at the moment. Even though it's point blank, I think even he could do it.
Glad that's done.
And take him down.
To the good stuff now.
And we cleared the area. Very good. So let's regroup. Let's get this brass key.
What do we have here?
So some doors can only be opened using keys. Even Eddie can't pick every lock. So once the agent picks up the key, any of them may be used to open a corresponding door. And I know we have more bandages, so let's get over here to Eddie, who took a hit. Let's use his bandage. And then I saw this one sitting over here. Let's pick up another one. Oh, does it have a Darkest Dungeon? I've seen a few episodes of it online, but I do not have the game, Pepper. But I get what you I get it now that you brought it up. That Darkest Dungeon vibe. Is there a reason you're not picking this up? Let's reset and come over and pick it up. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why, let's just back everybody off. Let's just ungroup. And Latif, can you manage to pick out without the pressure of anybody watching you? There, we got it. What was so hard about that?
Right this way.
Okay, so I think we got everything out of this section because back up here is that single guard that we took out. So, let's move on.
And we're through.
That's what keys do, my friend. That's what keys do.
There's the aeroplane. Now where'd that damn pilot get to?
Yeah, I see him right there. He was standing right there. All right. So something twists beneath the surface. Grayish, green, and scaly. And then with a splash, is gone. Foreshadowing, Nightmare, you think? Could it be foreshadowing? We have to worry about slimy, green, scaly things? I guess only time will tell. And let's move on. Okay, so we got a couple wandering over here. In fact, this is one of the better maps probably, or larger zones we'll be fighting in. It's probably not a bad idea to do a little recon. We see a bandage over here, so at least we know there's some bandages out there. We see some dynamite here. And we got some high ground here. We got a kerosene drum, which sounds like a nice explosion. We got another bandage thing here. Another explosive patch right here. And then over here... Well, we know, I saw earlier, I saw our pilot over here. And plus that symbol tells me our pilot's over here. So there you go. Okay, so we kind of have an idea. We do not know all the enemies possibly out there because unless we have direct line of sight when we're reconning, so the enemies we saw here are behind the trailer, so we can't see what they were. Oh, there's some more bandages even there. So we can't see them, but it gives us an idea. Well, we heard them. We saw the footsteps. So let's go see what's down Pilot Way over here. And I just did the recon mode. And also, we have also...
Castro. Maybe you got the location wrong?
They will be here, and the deck with them.
So,
Doubt me again, and the next entrails I read will be yours.
so Lady Nicastro is a scion. And I guess, at least for games that we play on this channel, the best way I can say is she's more along the lines of a chosen. I don't know if I would quite call her that difficult or challenging, but she's got some abilities. She's definitely a boss kind of a character. And Lady Nicastro is a deadly adversary. When scions like her are on the field, there's no shame in running to live and fight another day. So the escape route is that airplane at the end of the dock, which is back up in this direction. I don't know if you noticed. Reach it to escape Lady Nicastro. And don't forget, yeah, don't forget the pilot who we can see over here behind the UI. So let's get some cover over here. Now we got this guy here who might be in range to get kablooied. Now we got someone else walking this way. Who might it be? Was it Lady Nicastro walking back towards us, and then yet there's someone? There were two footsteps. There are two people walking around over here. Let's ungroup real quick, guys.
Let's split up.
And Ingrid, can we get you moved over a little so you at least crouch? Yeah, I feel better about that. So maybe that's the two that were patrolling down that way before. Let's get over here, and we got a single person over there. Oh, we probably lost our opportunity, but no, we did not.
Pal. Don't give me the silent
I'm just going to open right
Let's
here.
work something out.
That's the pilot.
Let's see. Okay, it looks like, yeah, he's on the red dot. She's on the red dot. We can do 2 damage for the price of 1, and then that kind of clears the path to our pilot. So I think that, yeah, good soundtrack is good. You figure, how long are you sitting in front of a game, and to have a crappy soundtrack, you know, that comes to the point. There's been very few games actually that I do that to, but I have before. When the soundtrack's so bad, I just put on my own music. But there's that. I'm gonna shoot for the explosives and see how much damage we do to both these. Oh, throw your... But this is water. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, but I got a 2-fer now already. It would kill her, then I still got to work on this guy. But what I could do is sneak up on him with Eddie. So, yeah, actually, that's not a bad plan either, because if I throw the other thing and the person comes over here, maybe it'll get more of them. So that's another option. Let's just explore that option. Oh, see, I can't throw that. I have to get out of turn base for him to be... Oh, actually, we have this we could throw. Because I can't throw his shocking one, but I can throw the fire grenade over here. Well, I won't now because I think I'm... Oh, I do have 2 actions. So let's see. I can probably get close enough to throw it. Is he? It depends on... I don't see the eye symbol behind him, so I think I would have been able to sneak up on him, but what the hey. Let's move over here. And let's use our consumable here. And we'll toss it right here. Because that may also, we'll see if that also gets this thing to explode, and then we get double explosions and we make sure, perhaps, that we take him down. Okay, we got them both.
Make me an
Whether
offer.
it did enough damage, because it said knockdown. Oh, and he's still laying there. So we gotta wheedle our way around. However, a single shot right here, 100% takes him out. And there we go. So we now have 5 enemies still remaining. 5 remaining enemies. So what I think we will look at doing, I think both our individuals should have Overwatches available, and we're going to try that. And then I think I'm just going to take Ingrid, and let's see how far she can get. Well, we don't know anybody close enough to shoot, so let's just get down here as far as we can towards our target. And we're going to have others putting Overwatch of anybody who can shoot trying to run closer. So, and we'll just put out some Overwatches here for people reacting to this little event over here. Okay, he was not close enough to shoot. And we're back in business here. Where Lady Nicastro, or whatever her name is, has moved to, we do not know. But we seem potentially be in a great spot for a flank if we can target this guy. 60%. That's probably, and it's the range penalty that's causing it, because otherwise we do have him flanked. And that helps to overcome the range penalty. So I think I could stand right here and just take those 2 shots, and we'll probably, and it's 65% chance for crit. Let's do it.
Sometimes I
We got a
amaze even
crit.
myself.
Let's see if you can get lucky on your second shot the same way. Please, oh please.
I'll have that one for you.
All right, so now we're 4. Now there are 4 enemies, and you are not close enough to hit anybody right now. So we will do Overwatch with you and see if anybody runs into it. And then Ingrid, you can now get down here and rescue our pilot.
We're with Elle. You must be the pilot.
Sure am. Get me to my bird and we'll scram.
Man, get me to our bird and we'll scram. I know the sound of that voice. It makes me, I can't place who I think that sounds like. So Captain Nicky, where can we put you? And Captain Nicky comes with 3 lovely smoke bombs. So if we get into trouble, he can definitely help us out. I think I'm just going to hide you here for starters. He does have a pistol, but obviously we do not want to get him in the thick of the things and not have a pilot for getting out of here. Now I wonder, is that full cover? No, all the barrels are half cover. So I'm just going to park you right here so you have 2-way cover. And then Ingrid. In fact, we'll give the pilot evade. Okay,
What is this?
she ended her turn by unlocking him.
gas, maybe?
Uh-oh.
Spotted!
Lady Nicastra is at it, and her cloud that goes out is bad for line of sight. And look at what we see. We can't see him because of her special ability, her cloud ability, and she never appeared, so I couldn't hover over her to show you her list, her long litany of skills. But she is not somebody you want to mess with, and her hit points are like over 300. Unlike these other goons, us lowly people are sitting around, 100 to 120. And unfortunately now we don't see anybody. Now Hail of Fire says I can do it, but I wonder, does it mean, will I hit the enemies in there? I've never tried it when I just have pips out there that I may or may not be able to see, so I don't know if this is a waste. I'll tell you what, before I do it, because I could set it this way and still hit people, before I do it, let's see if we can get Latif if he can move forward... No, our movement is... because Eddie's standing there, we can't move. So maybe what I do... How far... Let's go back to Eddie and think this through. So Eddie, if I moved you one, like back to here, or if I just moved you here, we could still set up your other shot, your barrage. You won't have as good a cover because you can be flanked, but if any of them are melee, which some of them look like they were walking around over here, they got to run through the fire to get to you. So I'm willing to take that chance. And then that way, I think Latif should be able to jump over here and get to where I want and see if he can gain vision on these guys for us. Please. So Latif, you're up. I need you to move. Can you get... Oh, you can't jump over this freaking thing. Well, can our pilot gain us sight over here? Not that I want to dangle and play around with my pilot too much, but does this give us some sight on folks? And I don't know. This is somebody we hit, so I think it's just a lowly melee person. Yeah, it's just an enemy grunt acolyte, the kind that we've met before. So that means there's two more behind. Eddie, how far does your special ability go? Probably doesn't pick up this last triangle, is what it looks like. Well, it's going to be a big waste if we aren't able to hit anyone else, but I'm going to give it a go because I'm not going to be able to get anybody else close enough. And I want to see the barrage.
Time to light 'em up!
And we missed. We missed this person because of the darkness and whatnot. So I think whoever mentioned it, Mike, you did just now, this is probably as good a time as any to run the decoy. And then I could actually then place myself out here. I just worry that the person back here, if it's the lady, and then I come out here to gain sight of somebody and puts me in danger. But I would be moving, so I should have an evade, right? I should at least have an evade. Oh, so I can only move anywhere in the blue. I can't move out here. This just means that those people out here, at least two of the three, will go for my decoy, is what that means. So I guess what we'll do is just give you cover here, staying behind the flames.
And it's time for me to go.
And let's hope a couple of them go for the decoy over here, running through the flames. Who knows how it'll work. And at the same time, we'll put out Overwatch. And then our pilot friend has a pretty good chance here. So, and then there were three. So we see two blips, but there's still one more beyond that. Ingrid, it's time to get you a little closer, so if some of our melee skills come in handy, you'll be able to use them. I'm going to bring you here and hit evade. That gets you a lot closer, depending on how they move.
You will never reach
Oh, that was the lady. She threw a knife at us and evaded whatever. So this is a
Never mind.
regular person
You'll get it
running
next
towards
time.
us. So that person's dead. And we have a shooter out here that is hurting our pilot. And we no longer have flame protection. And our decoy really didn't do much. Oh, because we killed one of the two people that... So probably the second blip was not within that circle, so therefore it didn't go for the decoy. I killed the one person that was the only one assured of going for the decoy. If that made sense. So, Ingrid, it's your turn to just go punch, I think. And you now have extra movement. And we know somebody's over here. Wouldn't it be nice to get close enough to see that person? We have 2 AP, so if this doesn't make sense, we can always back off. Or, if we think this person, there's only 2 left. The lady, the evil lady that threw the knife at us. And so I'm just going to dangle you out there with an evade. And we know somebody's here. I'm going to actually take the pilot now. And how far can you move? Let's give the cover here, and you might be able to expose this guy then. Oh, jeez, you found him. Can you hurt him? Unfortunately, you're going to be prone to get hit. I hope I haven't just killed our pilot. But how far can you move? You're going to be able to do a dual shot on the one guy. Let's give it a go. Ah, we found the lady. So let's do this. Before I forget, so you can get an idea of about her. She has the Ravenous Salt, so she's blessed by the Devouring King. This unit's critical hits also inflict an extra stress. So if she hits us, we gain 2 stress, not just 1. She has toxic immunity to poison damage. She has takedown immunity, so Ingrid's special move would not be able to take her down. Other abilities, Eldritch Riposts. She performs a melee attack on any adjacent enemies performing a hostile action. And let me assure you, I have found out that just moving by her is a hostile action. You don't have to be just shooting or slicing at her. If you just move across or near her, that's considered a hostile action to the lady here. And this can activate any number of times per round. So when she is unknown like she was, we could have accidentally run somebody right by her and got slashed. She has Abysmal Dart, which we saw a dart get thrown at us over here. And by the way, that was a poisoned dart, fortunately, that missed us. She has Torment. Reduces, and that's what this big cloud thing is that she sent out. And that reduces all enemy lines of sight. So you have to get real close to somebody to be able to see them like we are right now. And she has Slash as a melee ability that induces bleeding, and she can do that twice in 1 turn potentially. And her melee, or Ecstatic Slaughter, Lady Nicastro deals increased damage per stress on the target. So if your target is already have high stress, she's going to even add to it even more. So there you go. And so now I gotta figure out, I think what I'm gonna do, let's see what his shots would look like. Actually, let's get out of recon. And let's see if Eddie has a decent shot. He has decent shots there. Oh, that's the only one he can see. So that is gonna be our only option if we decide to shoot with Eddie. So, I guess, Eddie, have at it. Because you aren't next to her. And they both missed.
What are you waiting for? To the aeroplane, quick!
She's a big evader, that one is. And she has a huge evader. And then if I run up here, I'd love to like run here, but then she can react to us. I'm gonna come here first, because we will have 1 evade. And I have no ammo. So whoop-de-dip-de-doo. So she is one powerful lady, and I don't remember if you saw her hit points when I was in there. they were mega high. I'm just going to reload with the U. Hope she goes for you, because you at least have an evade. And let's see what the future brings to us. I'm not thrilled about this.
Enough! My sword's thirst!
Okay, she swung once at Eddie and did buku damage. Eddie's bleeding. Our pilot is hurting some more. But it's not the end of the world, because we have choices still. And I think we kind of let the lady be, and we try to take out this guy as we move towards the plane. Yeah, 350 is a lot of trouble. So, Captain, let's have you move. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm thinking. Let's move everybody else before the Captain. How far can you move? you can move here and flank the guy. So we're going to move you here, Eddie, and flank the guy. You're hurting big time. And you only have one bullet, unfortunately. But it will be enough.
Wow, this is awkward.
Except you missed. Jeez. Oh well, you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. It's the way it goes. So we are going to recruit the pilot after all to bring him over here and see if we can't do a little... Now I wonder, okay, so that spill's not going to help us with this guy, so we're just going to move over here and take our own shot. And we took him out. There we go. All is good, all is hunky-dory. And what we're going to do now with you is we're going to move you over here, Ingrid, and you're going to heal our friend.
Would you like me to kiss it better?
There we go.
For you?
She had a bandage. Thank goodness. Well, this has, let's just say this has a little occulty flavor to it, as I think we'll notice as we proceed into the game. So there can be some bizarre things that happen. And remember, the lady, the little clue we found about her, she was off praying somewhere. So she has these special things that she can do, apparently. You, Latif, need to get moving. And you will gain and evade. In fact, I'll put you as kind of a blocking target here if she comes for us. And you have the evade. And what we're going to do is just kind of overwatch.
Snuff out the stars.
Uh-oh. She put out some more torment, and now we have Eddie hurting again.
Fight back! Don't know if I can hold this lady off much longer.
Oh, she's retreating.
You want the undrawn hand? Take it. I can claim the tower without it.
Okay, so she just left. And we are okay. There's nobody else left. Okay, of course, Eddie has lost a few drops of blood, but hey, we're okay. And I saw a med kit or bandages back here. Eddie, you get first dibs.
This ought to come in handy.
And you're going to use them right away.
Stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
Good
almost
to
to
go.
full strength. And in fact, we know there's at least one more bandage out there when we did our recon, so let's just kind of regroup.
Make tracks.
Because with the lady gone, we're good. Yeah, you get her down where she's kind of, you know, she's like, nah, I can't put up with this. I'm leaving. That kind of an attitude.
Let me hold on to this.
And let's heal ourselves all the way.
Here we go.
Okay, I think all the rest of us are at full health then. So we oh, whoa, except for you. But we're leaving, and you're not part of the team. At least I know this, so I don't have to waste a med kit on you. But let's get back grouped up. Oh. Everybody follow. Let's go just pick up the med kits I remember I saw on recon, just so we have them. And I never did use this guy's smoke. It just didn't seem like I've used it before when I did this thing. Oh, he's got all this stuff, so he can't carry it. Eddie, it's back to you. Who else? Ingrid has room, so why don't we look for... There was another med kit I thought back here somewhere. Didn't I see one kind of around here, but maybe it's... Or we already picked it up. So I think we got everything we need. Okay, there's another med kit on the way out, so let's pick it up. Or not med kit, but bandages. And let's get the hay out of here. There's the cool plane. Love the style of it. Yeah, she dipped because she was bored. She like, I'm a lot. It's like, I don't have time for this.
Everyone on board, or I'm leaving without you.
We just saved you.
Go, go, go.
I'm leaving. Hey, we just saved you. Don't you dare leave us.
Here we are. Del Vasto's Landing.
Now we find out what kind of man pays this well for a blank deck of playing cards.
Wouldn't mind knowing who the hell we were fighting back in Marseille. Never seen troops like that before.
Let's see what this Mr. L has to say for himself.
So speed, when we see what each agent's speed is, it refers to how many tiles they can move in a single turn. How nice. It's unlike, Long War of the Chosen, where you get a random number and you have to convert it to how many tiles that is. So that,
A lovely little Mediterranean island you have here, Mr. L. I assume you are Mr. L?
I have that dubious privilege. Welcome, Mr. Lejeune, Ms. Erickson, Mr. Sawyer. Do you have the undrawn hand?
We have a package for you. What's inside, we couldn't say, of course.
Of course. We would never open such a package. No, 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 no.
Ah, of course. Regardless, that deck of cards is key to your next job for me.
Slow down, pal. Who says we're interested in a next job? The last one burned your courier, and those two saw the body.
Then you three may divvy his pay among yourselves, and I'll sweeten the pot for this next one, 50%.
So we're a bunch of mercenaries, and he's upping the fee to try to keep us loyal, I guess.
You sound desperate. Okay, Mr. L, I'll humor you. What do you want us to do?
In a word, sabotage. I'm in a race, you see. A race to find an ancient ruin, a tower. You may know it under one of its other names. The Axis Mundi, the World Tree, the Tower of Babel.
Okay.
Oh, you're an archaeologist then. That's disappointing.
I am no archaeologist, Monsieur Lejeune, and my rivals in this race are even less so. I want to preserve the tower. My enemies want to ransack it. It cannot be allowed to fall into their hands.
Okay, so he is not looking to use the tower like his enemies are, whatever the tower is.
But it can fall into yours, huh? And the gal with the sword. She's one of these rivals?
Yeah, it's funny that Eddie got that line because he was the one in our particular combat that really got sliced up by that gal, as he put it.
Zorana Nicastro. Yes, she and two others, a nobleman and an industrial tycoon. Each is the scion of their own noble house. Collectively, they call themselves the Banished Court.
The Banished Court. And Pepper, we're going to see what the tech tree and that kind of stuff looks like here in just a moment, so hang in there.
Science of the Banished Court. Mm-hmm. And how close are they to finding the tower?
They've already found it.
You said you were in a race.
Yeah, looks like you lost the race, L.
I was, and I lost. But I'm not out of the fight yet. My enemies have yet to enter the tower. It is a dangerous place, and their preparations are incomplete. I want you three to sabotage their efforts until I can find the tower myself.
Sabotage, huh? You have a target in mind?
My sources have identified an outpost belonging to another of the court's three leaders, the tycoon, Trace Marteau.
Okay, so we're going to be looking to deal with another scion coming up, perhaps. Is that it?
Marteau. Isn't that the famous American industrialist?
The one who's always in the papers?
The very same. I want you to infiltrate his outpost, sabotage a machine you'll find at the center, and return to me.
Sabotage requires a subtle hand. You'll need me. In the spirit of charity, I accept.
Thanks, Latif.
You'll need me too. But if the other two scions are anything like Nicastro, I ain't risking my neck for free.
Well, a good mercenary would never do that.
Mr. Sawyer is right. Double our fee, Mr. L, and we'll get to work.
Double it is. And please, call me Locke.
Okay, Locke. So we are in week 1, and we now are seeing more information popping up here. So welcome to Delvasto's Landing. This tiny Mediterranean island serves as Locke's hideout, a place to take refuge from his enemies and plan his next moves. Now it will do the same for the agents in his employ, such as we are. Navigate to the world map in the menu at the top of the screen to plan our next move. Well, before we do that, this says we would like to look in the Agents tab, and we're going to do that. So we have, I don't know what all these are yet, but we have supplies. That's pretty obvious. This would look to be intelligence, and how we use that I do not know. We have 3 heals. So I don't know if that means we can heal in between episodes kind of a thing. I don't know. AET, we'll find out what that resource does for us. I think these are just plain old skill points that we get to spend shortly. Ink is a resource. KA is a resource, and SER, and we'll learn what these are soon enough, I'm sure. So let's get over here, and Pepper, here is where I believe your tree is. Tech tree, that is. So this is the agent screen. Use this view to manage scoundrels, and we're going to do just that. So the cards he's talking about, they aren't active or able to be used yet, but we have a spot right here where we'd be able to use them. But we do have some skills that we can take a look at over here. And we have skill trees. Each agent has its own skill tree. And this is where we spend those skill points we saw up here. We have 6 of them. 6 skill points right now. We can pound skill points into one agent, or we can spread them out to all agents. Just remember, we will be collecting more agents as we go. So it can become its own strategy on how and who we spend our skill points on. Have a super soldier, or have others that are able to do it also. Now let's look here. Before the rest of the tree unlocks, looks like we have no choice but to pick this first skill, and we'll just go ahead and do that. And for Ingrid, it's Stick and Move 1. So this is Onslaught, so it's different. So Stick and Move is a devastating hit and run attack that inflicts blinded on the enemy and grants Ingrid a free move action. So we can run up, blind somebody, and run away. With Ingrid with this ability. So we'll pick it up because we kind of have to. Next level, and we'll come back once we give everybody their base skill here and figure out which one we want the most with our remaining skill points. We have melee Overwatch, so kind of like the lady that we're up against. If somebody comes adjacent to her, she'll perform her punch, karate chop, whatever it happens to be in that instance, and do melee Overwatch, which is kind of cool. She has a push kick, so she can push a target 2 tiles, and push targets can even collide with other objects and or enemies, causing a knockdown. And she has Hot Pursuit, which is upon using the Stick and Move, Ingrid gains extra speed, which gives her better range to be able to use that by gaining that extra speed. So those are her skills. Let's just kind of look at everybody's skills as far as, now we get here for Latif. His one we're gonna pick up is right here, Distract 1. And Latif inflicts blinded to all enemies in an area. Affected enemies prioritize attacking Latif. So he distracts, makes them blinded, and they also focus on attacking Latif, who, if in an ideal world, has also moved a bit, so he can at least evade a little bit too. So interesting ability by Latif. We also have Slippery. Gains 1 evade when he is hit by a crit. So if he gets crit and then he gains an evade and they try to hit him again, that keeps too much damage, I guess, from piling up, you could say. Running Shot 1, hit and run attack that deals 50% additional damage per evade stack on Latif. So Latif gains a free move action. If the target dies, Latif gains an additional +1 evade. And I've had trouble, I tried this move, I have trouble making that work properly, so I'm going to have to practice off camera to figure out exactly how this perk works. But I've had awkwardness in trying to get it to work, and I'll have to figure that out. Decoy 2, the signature ability Latif sets. So basically, it's an upgrade of this utility where the decoy has 120 hit points. Here, the decoy would then have 170 hit points. And where we happen to use decoy in our particular battle wasn't necessarily the best place to be able to use it, because I've had it work out amazingly well. So decoy is not a bad skill, even though we weren't able to make it work in our particular battle. And then finally, Eddie. Let's pick Light 'em Up. So he can attack up to 4 targets, of course, ammo permitting, and it hits targets with, or targets that are actually hit are flushed out of their current locations and abandoning cover if applicable. And then all targets, whether you hit or miss them, are become marked. And marked makes it easier to hit them, obviously. So now we have 3 points left, which means all the next skills we have to pick on anyone are 2 points. So we're only able to pick one more on somebody, and that's it. So the question is, who do we want to do it on? Set them up. Eddie attacks gain plus 25% chance to cause marked. A bullseye. 1, a devastating shot that is guaranteed to hit, and a plus 15 chance to crit and deals a double damage. That's kind of a big one, having a guaranteed hit. Let's just come back here and double check here. I do like this particular skill on her. Oh, not the pushed. Oh, melee Overwatch is kind of fun. Oh, this is the one I like, the blinded one. The stick and move 1. This just makes the stick and move faster. So, you know, if I'm going to pick I've only got one more skill to pick, I'm going to pick Bullseye. And then we'll gain more skill points coming up, and we can get others advanced. But Bullseye can pull you out of a tight spot, I tell you, right now. Because we saw how frequently these guys have missed for us. So I'm just going to pick it. And we'll take a look over here.
Keep away, could you?
Our pilot is our supplier. So he will not fight with us on the battlefield anymore. That'll become very plain soon enough. And we can trade if we want. We can buy bandages, we can buy flash bombs, smoke bombs, fire bombs with our supplies that we have here. So I think for the first mission, we won't spend our supplies yet, not knowing what we need and not knowing how regular we're going to find stuff. We'll just we'll hold back just a little bit. And then as far as the world map, this is where we look for future missions. And we just have one right now. It would gain us potentially 1 intel. It would gain us potentially 75 supplies. And it would gain us 6 more skill points, bringing us up to 7, and that would be 3 2-point pickups. So each agent would be able to pick up another skill on successful completion of this mission. And looking at the time, though, guess what? This mission will be done next time. So I hope y'all had a good overview or a good exposure to the game, so you know what a little bit to expect. We still have not unlocked allies here. We still need to find more agents, because I know there's lots more agents we can potentially add to our team. And we'll start looking forward next time. So I appreciate those that dropped in, and you guys were giving out some great comments here. I appreciate it. And as always, you know, I say that every time, but I want to reinforce that every time, because I really have a great time reading all your comments. And I think this will be a fun game along. It's got some cute little banter. The voice acting is, at least to my opinion so far, not hideous. And the dialogue seems primarily well written. We can argue over the story if it's a little contrived, but there's fun banter within this story, and that helps overcome any story shortcomings that we may run across here and there. And I kind of like the game, which is why I said in my early testing of it, you know, I'm going to play this game. I might as well put it here on the live stream. And now you know. Now you know. So thanks, everybody. I want to wish you all well. Have a great night. And hopefully we'll see you again on the weekend when we pick up our other 2 regular live streams then between Baldur's Gate and Phantom Doctrine. So if you have some time on the weekend, same time, come join us. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future. This is XXX signing off from somewhere in this world. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.